And the real secret to confidence is not doing things that other people are making you do. It's doing the things that you're designed to do, right? The one thing, as many people talk, in the East, they talk about it as your dharma. Many people talk about it as your purpose. We call it your mission. But whatever your identity is what you're designed to do. Confidence is a symptom, not the cause. I'm Dr. Alok Trivedi. In this video, I want to share with you exactly how to gain more confidence in your life. I know it sounds like a pretty linear title, right? Like, how do you gain more confidence? But the truth is that confidence is actually a symptom, not the cause of your problem. See, most people will walk around their life thinking that, you know what, they got to have more confidence, and they'll go search for more confidence. Maybe you're one of those people, and I get that, right? But what you're looking for is not confidence. What you're looking for is certainty. Because certainty leads to confidence. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Most individuals look for confidence to try and do something that they don't want to do. You, me, every one of us has things that we're designed for, that we are great at, where we are extremely confident. But we don't look at those things in confidence. What we do is we judge those things. And we let other people judge us to sit and say, you know what? Based on someone else's idea of my life, I should be doing something else, but I'm not confident doing that. But they're forcing me into it. And you feel forced into it. And when that happens, you're going to say to yourself that I don't feel confident in who I am. I don't feel confident in what I'm doing. But when you do the thing that you're designed to do, when you do the things that you love to do, I promise you, confidence shows up. Confidence is a part of who you are. I'm going to say something a little bit glaring and maybe a little bit controversial to some people, but that every person has confidence. Every person has confidence in their unique areas. But when we judge each other, as we do in society every single day, when we judge each other every single day, we sit and say, hey, look, you're supposed to do this, or you're supposed to do that. Either way we look at it, we sit and say, you're supposed to be better than this, and you're supposed to do this thing and not this thing. All of those things just make us question who we are. And the real secret to confidence is not doing things that other people are making you do. It's doing the things that you're designed to do, right? The one thing, as many people talk about, in the East, they talk about it as your dharma. Many people talk about it as your purpose. We call it your mission. But whatever your identity is what you're designed to do. And when you're in your identity state, when you're in that true state of your identity, not the false state of your identity, you move into that. You move into power, and confidence shows up. You become a leader in this. The brain moves from the amygdala to the executive center in the brain. It goes through the hippocampus. This is why the neuroscience of psychology and becoming a high-performance thinker is so essential. Because although people think that confidence is something you just breed, it's actually a symptom of dopamine. But you get more dopamine receptors when you're actually doing the things that you love to do. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the science, some of the neurology, some of the geeky fun stuff, if you're interested, to understand why confidence is a symptom and how you can move yourself into getting more confidence, getting greater clarity in your life, knowing exactly who you are. And when you figure out your identity inside of that, let me tell you what's going to happen is that you're going to start moving through life with just this power. You're going to start to look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm worth it. And your self-worth goes up, your relationships will grow up, your money goes up, your income goes up, sales go up, everything goes up because everything comes and stems from the inside out, not the outside in. So I hope in this community you realize that I'm going to make sure that you understand that confidence is not an outside in game, it's an inside out game. Check out this video. I'll see you guys in another video. I'm Dr. Alok. Thanks a lot. When you do things that you love, you have attention, focus, and energy towards what it is. You don't get distracted by low priority distractions. You don't get emotional, you stay focused on the objectives at hand. You move towards what you want and you don't get distracted because what happens is that as your brain and the perceptions, the values and the emotions, let's pull up the slide please for them so they can see it. Your emotions cause you to get distracted. Your values, which is in your brain, looks and filters the world to be exactly what he wants to do what he wants to do, and he goes after it. And you go after it because the thalamus is part of the brain that's filtering to tell you what it is you love, what you value inside of this. But over here, on this perception area, that's called the prefrontal cortex. Let me draw it over here on camera 4 so you guys see it.
over here is what's called the prefrontal cortex. This is what's known as the executive center of the brain. Okay? This is the executive center. This is when you function from this state, your oxygen goes up, your oxygen levels go up, your blood glucose goes up. So you don't need to eat. You automatically create blood glucose. Your vitality and your immune system goes up. Immune function goes up because it activates the T cells inside of your system. So you automatically, you do the things that are focused, attentive inside this. But only when you understand your values do you get there. Because your brain only does what it values. Your brain does what it benefits more and doesn't benefit. You see there's more benefits in you doing this so that you can get more out of your life. And I congratulate you and I commend you for that. But if you want to get more out of your life, that means you're going to have to be more out of your life. That means you're going to have to step into the power to be unapologetically authentic to who you are. But that comes by knowing who you are and what you do. And what you stand for, what you live behind. And if you don't get this, what happens is this, is your psychology breaks down. And you start chasing money. And you start chasing success versus embodying it. You start chasing the things on the outside. You become afraid of everyone else's opinions. And you start looking at the world from a different place. And you start saying to yourself, maybe I'm not worthy. And then the emotions creep in. And then you look to everyone else at what they should tell you about your life, your business, and your world. And then you sit and say, you know what? I listen to this person, this person, this person, this person, but I never listen to myself. And then you get to your 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you say to yourself, I didn't get to actually listen to who I was. I listened to everybody else other than myself. Now I say that to you because if you get this right, there's a completely different way of living. There's a completely different way of living. When you get this right, what's going to happen is, honestly, is that you can step into yourself with certainty and make decisions in your life. You can step up for yourself and say, you know what, my life is worth it. And when my life is worth it, I'm going to do the things that I value more to make sure myself is healthier, more valued, and take care of myself. That state is not motivation. You don't want motivation because motivation dies. What you want is moving in an inspired state where you actually can hold on to that state and live it continuously. And be able to dance in the universe in a state of inspiration versus live in the state of motivation. When you know who you are, you can live in inspiration. When you know who you are, you can actionalize your life because you take action from a space of inspiration. No one has to force you to get out of bed. You do it because you want to do it out of bed. No one has to tell you what to do to build your business, to help other people. You do it because you want to do it, because you love to do it. No one told me this morning to get up, Ashley, and say, oh, you know what? Go teach another seminar to be able to help people across the world from all over the country, all over the country and the world, to be able to help people inspire them. No one did that. I get to do that. That's an actionalized state. Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat box if that makes sense to you guys, right? Or just put your hands up for me, just so I know that you understand that. That actionalized state is the state of your life that you can look at and say, you know what? That's where you want to build a business from. That's where you want to create an income from, because that actionalized state will determine the state of inspiration that you'll go through to be able to build that business. Because going through your business, is that going to have pleasures and pains involved with it? You better believe it. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. It's going to have tons of pleasures and pains, and you're going to have to go through them all. If you're in a state of motivation in your business, you'll stop your business. You'll stop your business. You won't go through with it. If you're in a state of actionalization in your business, you'll actually pursue through it. And you won't need to grind it out. You'll figure out certainty of solutions. Just like Connor was going to do, he'd see a bridge, a helicopter, a plane, a parachute. An actionalized individual doesn't grind it out. They see opportunities and solutions along the path. And they can see in front of them different ways of getting the obstacles. Because it comes from the higher centers of the brain. It comes from the medial prefrontal cortex, not the amygdala. The amygdala says, I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. That's it. Emotional chaos comes from that state. But most people think they drive a business from the outside in. And I hope you realize that so far in this Think Wealthy Challenge that I look at business from an inside out game. I look at business from the state of inspiration, from actionalization versus just monetization.
Monetization is important, but it starts with who you are. Hey guys, if you like that video, click on the link over here and you're going to love the next video.